We've all seen the Cybertruck, but believe it or not, even more unusual cars have been designed. Let's take a look at the top 15 craziest concept cars. Number 15. Renault Trezor. First showcased at the Paris Motor Show in 2016, the Renault Trezor has been designed without lines across the body, and the only obvious seam is where the clamshell roof connects with the main body. That's right, in this concept they've done away with the idea of doors altogether, and instead passengers enter the car after the roof is opened forward on struts. With a carbon fiber frame, it's one of the most aerodynamic designs ever, which in theory allows it to accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in under 4 seconds. The two-seater vehicle is fully electric and has a red interior as well as a red tinted windshield. It has an OLED touchscreen that's covered in Gorilla Glass across the center console, and when it's driving in autonomous mode, the rectangular steering wheel, which also is covered with a touchscreen, can extend wider to give the driver a panoramic view of the dashboard controls. Number 14. Honda Augmented Driving Concept. Honda's augmented driving concept is based upon the fact that cars of the future will be mainly controlled by onboard computer systems, but there will be times when the passengers still want to take control of things for themselves. Not only have they gone for a radical design for the open-top vehicle, but they've also revisited the steering wheel to bring it into the modern age. Tapping it twice will turn it on, pulling it will slow the car down, and pushing it will cause it to accelerate. All the time, the car's sensors will be monitoring the driver's actions and intentions, and will be on hand to take over control when required across 8 different modes that switch between autonomous and semi-autonomous operation. Number 13. Audi PB18 e-tron. Looking like it's taken a trip back from the future, the Audi PB18 e-tron is Audi's attempt at an electric supercar concept. And after being first shown in 2018, they said at least 50 versions of the vehicle will roll off the production line by 2021. It has 3 electric motors, one that's attached to the front axle and 2 that are on the rear one, and together they're able to generate 661 brake horsepower to allow the car to accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in under 2 seconds. By using a solid-state battery, the manufacturer claims it has a range of 361 miles, and amazingly can be fully recharged within just 15 minutes. What's particularly clever about this design is that it uses a fully fly-by-wire system, which actually allows the configuration of the interior to be adapted as required. Its standard setup is as a 2-seater, but if you're traveling alone, the passenger seat can fold down and the driver's seat moves across to the center to quickly turn into a single-seater. Number 12. Mercedes Vision EQ Silver Arrow. This stunning concept vehicle from Mercedes is the Vision EQ Silver Arrow. And if this is what cars are going to look like in the future, why would we ever use any other form of transport? Designed to be as aerodynamic as possible, it has fluid lines and smooth, seamless surfaces, and was created in homage to the W125 Silver Arrow that broke the public road speed record in 1937, a record that stood until 2017. The single-seater vehicle has lighting strips and an illuminated logo, along with the multi-spoke wheels that are finished in rose gold. The interior is on another level, with a curved panoramic screen that projects your surroundings onto it, can highlight road markings to make them easier to see, and even superimpose images of other vehicles to allow you to take part in a virtual race. The touchscreen on the steering wheel allows you to select the usual options, but also gives you the ability to cycle through engine sounds that will play out over the otherwise silent running of this electric car. With a range of around 250 miles and a top speed of 268 miles per hour, it's proof that the future of car design is very exciting indeed. Number 11. Aston Martin Lagonda Vision. There's no doubt that Aston Martin creates some of the most beautiful cars on the road, and if their concepts are truly anything to go by, this is destined to remain true well into the future. The Lagonda Vision is, according to the company, a statement for how they envision becoming the first emission-free luxury brand, with the first plan to be on sale in 2021.
We intend for Lagonda to represent next-generation automotive luxury.
By using electric motors, they're able to significantly increase the cabin space of the vehicle, with plenty of room for 4 passengers and a sleek, elegant look that's created by the use of carbon fiber, ceramics, silk, and cashmere. The doors open up out into the roof so passengers to walk into the car and stand in front of the seating before sitting down, instead of having to get in, and the front seats are able to spin around to look towards those that are sat behind. Number 10. Lamborghini Terzo Millennio. The Lamborghini Terzo Millennio, which stands for Third Millennium, was an electric car that the company revealed in 2017, and was the first design that resulted from a multi-year partnership with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Instead of using batteries, power is provided from a high-capacity supercapacitor, which are able to capture and release energy at the same time. Each of the wheels, which have an orange glow, have their own electric motor, which gives an incredible amount of control over the torque, and means it's a four-wheel drive vehicle. It also comes equipped with an autonomous driving system that's designed for use on racetracks. But the most impressive thing about it is within its chassis design. It's made fully from carbon fiber that has been fitted with a number of sensors and an onboard health monitoring system, which means that if any damage is detected, such as cracks or dents in the panels, the carbon nanotubes are actually able to repair themselves. Number 9. DS-X E-Tense. If there's one thing you expect from a car design, it's that it'll be symmetrical. But the DS-X E-Tense throws that convention by the wayside, with what looks like two halves of different models stuck together. The 1,360 brake horsepower machine is the company's impression of what vehicles will be like by 2035, and needless to say, they've gone all out. It's fully electric and autonomous, but on one side it's a roofless driver cockpit with a steering wheel and stunning instrument display, while the other side is the comfortable cocoon where you can sit and let the onboard computer deal with all the hard work. The futuristic materials it's made from will be able to repair themselves from minor knocks and scrapes. In a somewhat unnerving design choice, the floor of the passenger compartment is made of glass, so you'll be able to see the road as it speeds past below. One of the most ingenious inclusions is that of the lights. Rather than being singular bulbs like in the designs of today, the plan is for the car's body itself to be the light source, giving a much wider and adaptable beam that can be virtually any color or shape. Number 8. BMW iVision Dynamics Concept. Premiering at Frankfurt's Auto Show in 2017, the BMW iVision Dynamics Concept was designed to show what the company envisaged for its new range of vehicles that they plan to begin selling in 2021. The futuristic aesthetics are inspired by concept vehicles of theirs from previous years, although they admit that some of what they call the flamboyant touches will be toned down for the full release. It's fully electric powered, taking advantage of recent developments in battery technology. And with a top speed of 120 miles per hour and a range of 372 miles on a single charge, it's a perfectly feasible proposition for day-to-day use. It's at the core of BMW's plans to offer virtually a full range of electric vehicles by 2025. And with looks like this, customers surely won't need much convincing to get on board. Number 7. Audi AI Trail. In 2019, Audi announced its vehicle, the AI Trail, an off-road concept that they believe would be available as soon as 2030. Rather than owning a car for multiple uses, they envision us ordering a vehicle for the activity that we're about to go and do. And so this is a pure SUV through and through. There are 4 electric motors, one on each wheelbase, which gives it 4-wheel drive capability, and it has a top speed of 81 miles per hour on roads, with a range of 155 miles off-road. The windshield gives an incredibly wide viewing range, which even allows you to see the tires. There's also plenty of room inside because it's fully controlled from your phone. So without any displays around the interior, the space they usually take up can be used for storage. Tire pressure can be adjusted while on the move, depending on the terrain, but this vehicle really comes into its own at night. You may have noticed there are no headlights, but this is because they're installed on 2 autonomous drones which will fly ahead and light the way for you. Number 6. Citroën 1919. The space-age Citroën 1919 truly is a vehicle of the future, where comfort has taken a priority over every other element. It's intended to be just as useful across long distances as is short ones, and is fully autonomous thanks to the installation of LiDAR pods on the rear of the roof. The large doors open to a roomy cabin, and instead of an instrument display, all the information is shown on a heads-up display. This removes virtually all the switches and buttons that you'd normally see inside, and creates a more restful environment. In automatic mode, there isn't even a steering wheel or pedals, but when a driver wants to steer for themselves, the pedals lower into position and the steering wheel unfolds almost like a periscope. While the concept version doesn't currently have an AI capable of driving it, the electric vehicle is operational with a human at the controls, and by all accounts, it's in equal measure surreal as it is great fun. Number 5. Toyota LQ. The principle behind the design of the Toyota LQ is that drivers and their vehicles don't have a close enough bond with one another. So by the inclusion of a state-of-the-art advanced AI called Yui, this car will become one of your best friends. It's fully electric and has SAE Level 4 automated driving system, which means no human involvement is required, and so cabin comfort is the main focus. Passengers are being constantly monitored, and the AI will adjust the temperature based on the driver's mood and state of alertness, and will further attempt to engage the driver emotionally to keep them happy during their journey. Virtually every control inside the vehicle will be voice-activated, even so far as to adjust the lighting levels and release calming scents into the air. And the AI will also choose its own musical playlist to evoke the emotions it thinks the driver will most benefit from. Lights in the footwell will be used to show whether the car is in autonomous driving mode or is being controlled manually, and a heads-up display will be projected into the windshield to prevent driver eye movement, while providing them with all the information they require when they're in control. If the thought of turning over so much to the choices of an AI doesn't quite appeal to you, there's one good piece of news. It's unlikely that anything to this level will be possible for at least another decade, by which time it'll become so prevalent that we'll already have become accustomed to it. Number 4. Terrafugia TFX. If you're looking for what the cars of the future are going to be like, then the Terrafugia TFX is one design that we can't see soon enough. Developed by the Boston-based design company, it's immediately clear that this concept vehicle is more than it initially seems. With space inside for 3 people, this autonomous vehicle is partially electric, with 2 600 brake horsepower motors and a 33 brake horsepower fuel engine. Its top speed on the road, or its range, hasn't been announced yet by the company, but that's because they've focused on its standout ability, the fact that it can fly too. The retractable wings fold out, and the combination of propellers that are attached to them and a ducted fan at the rear mean it's able to perform vertical takeoffs and landing. Flights are completely autonomous, with the onboard computer steering towards the designated landing zone in accordance with safety features designed to avoid controlled airspace. It has a top speed of 200 miles per hour and a range of 500 miles, meaning it'll be ideal for all but the longest of journeys. Terrafugia fully intended to turn this concept into a reality, with a starting price of $300,000, which makes it surprisingly affordable. Number 3. Genesis Essentia. Cars aren't simply a means of getting from one place to another, and with the Essentia, Genesis, the luxury arm of Hyundai, have developed something that will get you there in style, while having a great deal of fun in the process. It's a 2x2 all-electric GT which has a double bubble style canopy and stunning curvaceous lines. The fully carbon fiber body has all of the battery technology fitted into the central spine, which allows the seat to be positioned much lower than in any other vehicle. By using multiple electric motors and high-density batteries, the plan is for it to be able to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. And the gloriously aerodynamic contours surely mean it'll be able to reach top speeds far in excess of this. A fingerprint sensor and facial recognition system recognizes when the owner of the car is approaching, which opens the butterfly doors that lift up along with part of the roof. And it's also able to communicate with home-based systems, so it can automatically turn on when you leave the front door of your house, turn on the heating at home when you start to drive in that direction, or even offer the trunk as a storage place for deliveries if you're not in when they arrive. They really have packed as much technology under the hood as possible, which means that driving a vehicle like this will be a true joy. Number 2. Renault EasyGo. Renault revealed their electronic taxi concept, the EasyGo, in 2018, which is designed to exist in a future where car ownership is a thing of the past, and we simply order one when we need to travel. Fully autonomous, they have a maximum speed of 31 miles per hour because of the single electric motor on the rear axle, but has 4-wheel steering to allow it to easily traverse the demands of urban environments. The glass side panel opens up to gain access to the interior, which has space for 6 passengers, arranged in a U-shape looking towards the side. The roof opens up from the front to provide storage space, and an extendable ramp will automatically reach out to the curb to ensure ease of entry. The EasyGo was deliberately designed to look very different from traditional Renault vehicles, and they hope a production version may be available as soon as 2030. Number 1. Mercedes-Benz Vision AVTR. If you want to see the most futuristic and most alien-like concept car in the world, then look no further, because the Mercedes-Benz Vision AVTR looks like it's been delivered directly from Pandora. Unsurprisingly, it was developed